Durham moved into the top 4 of Group B in the Royal London One Day Cup after they sent Glamorgan to their 3rd successive defeat. This one by 52 runs in a very low-scoring contest at the Swalex Stadium in Cardiff. It was a game where 2 bowlers took 3 wickets in a single over. Batting first after winning the toss, the visitors lost their captain Mark Stoneman to the second ball as Michael Hogan again struck early with the new ball. The visitors' innings didn't really get going until the 8th over when Phil Mustard struck Graham Wagg for 3 boundaries in the space of 4 deliveries. That helped Durham get to a score of 39 for 1 at the end of the 10 overs of power play. Mustard and his partner Callum MacLeod made steady progress thereafter at a ground where, in recent times, batting first has not been the thing to do. Some low totals have been made in both this competition and the T20, but with these two adding a 100-run partnership in the best part of 24 overs, Durham had chances of bucking that trend in a game both sides really needed to win to keep on the road to Lords. But having taken the score to 101, Durham suffered a collapse after MacLeod was LBW to Dean Koska for 41. Mustard then got to his half-century off 72 balls, only to fall to the impressive Hogan on 53 a couple of overs later, the Australian knocking back the batsman's stumps off the bottom edge. Hogan ended with figures of 3 for 22 from his 10 overs, his 3rd success coming when he trapped Paul Collingwood in front for a single, the batsman the latest to find out that Hogan likes to drag the ball back. Scott Borthwick didn't last long either. On 5, he was another to see the umpire's finger raised after being hit on the pads by Koska to a ball which spun back sharply. Koska was celebrating again in his next over as Keaton Jennings was taken behind, trying to reverse paddle after spending a dozen deliveries trying to get off the mark. Durham had slipped from 101 for 1 to 131 for 6 in 10 overs, but with Ben Stokes clearing the rope off James Harris in an over that cost 12 runs, things began to improve. The 150 was brought up in over number 38, Stokes playing what turned out to be the match-altering innings. He dominated a 7th wicket stand of 40 with Gareth Breeze. David Lloyd then produced the best over of his career to set Durham back again. Coming on in the 41st over, he had Stokes caught by Hogan in the deep with his 2nd delivery, the England man gone for 49. 2 balls later, John Hastings edged to Jim Allenby at slip to go for a duck. And it was 3 in 5 deliveries for the 22-year-old when he got one through Paul Coughlin, clipping the bails. Lloyd had figures of 3 for 4 from 1 over. He then had to wait another 12 balls to strike again, finishing the innings off by having Graham Onions held by Allenby again. From 3 overs, Lloyd took 4 for 10 as Durham were all out with 5 overs unused for 185. Jacques Rudolph scored a ton at this ground in the defeat to Nottinghamshire in what was another low-scoring affair recently. He again looked in fine fettle, taking a couple of 4s off Onions' opening over and another 2 off Coughlin's second. But then, for the 2nd time in the match, 3 wickets fell in an over. To the first ball of his 3rd, Onions removed Will Bragg, who had a slash and was caught by Stokes at point. Next ball, and Lloyd's night was ruined as he was bowled for a golden duck. And the over was finished off when Allenby was LBW, also for naught. Onions had bettered Lloyd by claiming a triple wicket maiden. That left Glamorgan on 21 for 3, but with Rudolph still there and timing his shot superbly, the Welshman still had every chance on this 2-pace pitch. Scoring might not have been that easy, but Mustard and Stokes had shown that it was possible to get some runs. Rudolph was dominating the scoring, having 35 of the 47 runs on the board when Murray Goodwin was given out LBW to Hastings on 8. It was 53 for 5 when Chris Cook nicked off to Stokes to go for 4. And 73 for 6 as Mark Wallace went in the same manner off the bowling of Collingwood, having at least joined Rudolph in double figures. Wagg didn't manage that. On 3 he was bowled by an almost unplayable delivery from Collingwood. Now 7 down, Glamorgan was still 100 runs short of their target, and it was now all down to Rudolph, who got to a 50 off 89 balls. But when he became the 5th man in the match to be caught behind, this time off Collingwood for 61, the game was up for the home team. Onions ended with figures of 4 for 48 from his 10 overs after he bowled Kosker for 4, while Collingwood took 4 for 16 from 7.1 overs, finishing the game off by having Harris caught at slip to end a last wicket stand of 22. It meant that Glamorgan were all out for just 133 to lose by 52 runs. Durham are up to 4th in the group with 2 wins and 3 defeats, while Glamorgan have the same record. Both need to win at least 2 of their last 3 matches if they want to stay on the road to Lords. Durham entertain Middlesex on Sunday, while Glamorgan are next in action on Tuesday away at Somerset.